Hey guys, welcome to Expedition Life, where it's all about connecting creation with Christ. And I'd like to start out tonight by giving a quick devotion. I've been wanting to do this at least once a week, so I'm going to try to do this every Sunday around this time. But Expedition Life, again, it's all about connecting creation to Christ. And we do a lot of things like kayaking and hiking and stuff like that just to get outdoors and enjoy creation. So tonight I wanted to kind of lay the foundation of what we're about through a quick devotional. And it comes out of Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Of course, that's where we should start because that's when God created everything. So basically what it says is that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There you go. That's pretty deep, huh? But basically what that means, the cool thing about that is that when God created, it says in the beginning God created. That word created, if you break it down and translate it back into the original Hebrew text, is actually a word pronounced bara. And it really means literally created out of nothing. And so that's what makes it so amazing, that everything comes from God. So I want you guys to think about how big of a thought that is, that everything comes from God. In the beginning, at first, there was nothing but God. That's hard to get our minds wrapped around, that He was just there, being God in the beginning. There was nothing else. It was just God. So that's cool. And then also that all creation, everything that's been created, guys, it literally comes from the mindset, the intelligence, if you will. It comes from the imagination of God Himself. So that's amazing. And that's what gets me pumped up, especially about stuff like this channel, Expedition Life, that talks about how we need to go out and enjoy God's creation and just to take it in and just to be able to soak that up and look at a tree and say, man, God created that. That thing was a thought in the mind of God, and He made a tree. Just think about one of the cool experiences that I've had. It's been a while back, but me and my wife went to Gatlinburg, and we traveled. We went up there to spend some time on vacation, whatever. But we went and hiked this trail, and I can't even remember what the name of the trail was, which is disappointing because I'd really like to go back there. But we hiked the top of this trail in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we looked out on this valley. I mean, we could see for miles and miles, and we could watch the storm clouds just roll in, and it was just awe-inspiring because, man, that was amazing to see. But even more so, that is something that God imagined. That is something that God thought of. Just take us, for example, to think about a newborn baby. God created that. He creates us as humans. He made life. And so all of that stuff reflects God. And so that's just the cool thought, and that's really the devotional thought for tonight. But moving past that, think about us as humans. What separates us from God? We can't create. We do not have the ability to create. Now we can make things. I can create an awesome YouTube video. Well, I'm working on it. But I can create things. Like we can take wood out of a forest and we can chop it down and we can send it through machines to make boards, and we can build houses with awesome architecture and all of this stuff. But we didn't make the wood. We can plant the tree, but we didn't make the seed. That's something that separates us from who God is. God created. He is the only creator. He made this stuff out of nothing. Contrary to most popular belief that there was just a big bang and all the particles just kind of fused together or whatever. No, that's not what happened. God spoke things into existence. Through His Word, which we'll get to later, Jesus Christ, things became what they are. They are created. And also think about, so we talked about how that separates us from God, humanity, that separates us from God. But think about Satan, our greatest adversary. That's the thing that separates him from God. He does not create. Instead, Satan's work is to distort or to destroy. He takes what God created perfect and beautiful and whole, and he screws it up. Think about a marriage. That was something that God ordained, that he created. He set man and woman in the garden. And what does Satan do? He distorts it. He messes it up. So then we have all kinds of different warped opinions about what marriage is. And we think about intimacy that's supposed to be in marriage. But then we take it outside of those contexts and we get the distorted, lustful, even to the point of pornography and things like that. That is just not holy and it's not right, because he took that thing that God created and he messed it up. And so that's exactly what he does in the world today. And that's why, again, that's what separates him from being God. That's why he is our adversary. So I encourage you guys, especially those of you that are connected with our community here about Expedition Life, to get outside, enjoy what God has created, like flowers that are blooming or whatever, awesome ocean scenes if you're at the beach, or hiking a trail, the mountains and the trees, just taking in the fresh air that's out there. Animals. The other night we were hiking the Turnback. That's what it is. Turnback Trail in Crowder's Mountain, and we saw a deer out there just in the woods. And that's always a cool experience to see them out there and doing their own thing. Those are things that God thought of. Like, those are his thoughts. And I just want you, I can't communicate that enough to you guys, to think about the fact that when you see these things, man, that's part of who God is. It reflects him. So that's what it's all about. It's about us getting outside, getting to a place in nature where we can just gaze upon all of this stuff and say, dude, God is awesome, because that he just made, that we're just witnessing, it reflects him directly. And ultimately, that's what our job is as Christians, is to reflect him by our lifestyle. So I encourage you to get after it, encourage you guys to do that, and I'll be on here next week about the same time, hopefully, with something else geared toward creation. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. If you have a comment or something that you want to throw in there about this specific topic, about how God created everything out of nothing, feel free to do so in the comments. And if you like this video, again, please like it, share it, subscribe to this channel, and make it go around. So I appreciate everything that you guys do. Have a wonderful night. See ya.